What's up, dweebs? Today we're installing a fuel system, and I'm sorry I called you a dweeb, but look, the hook worked because you're still watching the video, so you should probably just watch the rest of it. Now, this whole fuel system was provided to us over the guys from Evil Energy. We have a 15-gallon tank, a fuel filter right here, and then everything else, in theory, we'll need to run a fuel system, like the fuel filter here, the AN fuel line, which I believe this is AN6, a 10-micron fuel filter, a big boy electric fuel pump, and then in this box right here, fuel pressure regulator. Cool. It does something. Oh, and then up here we have a 60mm fuel pump mounting bracket. Tink. And then we have whatever's inside of this cute-y little bag into here. We got a sticker. Sticker? I don't even know her. Now, I've never installed a fuel system before, like for the 07K swap E36 right there. I'll have to install a whole fuel system there, so I'm glad that I'm at least learning this, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I did empty out and clean up this whole bed, and this was nasty. You don't even understand how gross this is. I'll throw up a TikTok video just so you can see how gross it is. I know that's the wrong aspect ratio, but oh my God, there was worms, there was maggots, there was little baby larvae, and there was this, which I don't even know what that is. I think it's a fungus, a mushroom, or it's barnacles. I really feel like it's barnacles, but I don't know, okay? How would barnacles be in a truck? Who knows? The first step in running a fuel system is moving everything off of it. Nope. Oh, there we go. Understood. Fuel thing is open. Now, inside of here, there is, can I get my hand in there? I can't. There's like a mat. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, you kind of can. There's a foam mat in there. The internet told me, I got a TikTok comment that said to take that out. I'm not going to, because why would they put it in there if you're supposed to take it out? And two, it does already have a float, and the float is wired up to this guy. Now, Evil Energy doesn't say anything about like what wiring kit to plug this into to read your float levels, but that's cool because I've seen a lot of people with these fuel tanks just shove a stick down to there and take it out and be like, oh, that's how much gas I have. First real major step after looking this up is putting a hole in your bed. Now, my bed is very pristine and I don't want to put a hole in the bottom of it, so we need to put a small square hole right there. Like a really tiny little square hole right there. Just a small hole right there to be able to go under the frame. Nothing crazy, just a small little hole so that we can run it from under here, under the cab, down by the frame rail, and up in. Now, if you're installing a fuel system on an LS, you're either going to need these aftermarket fuel rails, which again are Evil Energy. They're barely installed because I do have to throw my injectors in here. Super nice AN fuel filter, or fuel rails. They look beautiful, they really do. These are basically just Holley knockoffs, so you can just get the Holley ones, or you can get these guys because they're cheaper and they look better. Now, you need this guy because the original LS used our stupid slip-on fittings, and we're going to need something that is AN since our whole fuel system is going to be AN. So let's take our lid and throw this onto the gas tank. If I can figure out, how do you do this? Okay, so there's like, oh, do these guys have to be aligned? They do, okay. So you line up these guys, and then you drop this guy in there somewhere, okay. And then you unline it up with that and close it. Okay, I got it now. That makes sense. I got it. My camera finally just focused. Okay, this guy is gonna go here in the bed. I probably do need to build a mount system for it, but we'll do that later as I just want to get this guy plumbed because we have the dyno guy coming out here who's going to tune the engine and get it set up for the first start, and we need to be able to start it, and we can't start it with a gas tank. But we can take the gas tank out and then fix all the things in the bed, but we cannot fix all the things in the bed while the tuner guy's here. He doesn't want to stand around and wait for that. I don't really understand fuel systems, but I created a quick diagram, so I actually pulled this guy up so I could run you through it in case you don't understand it as well. Here we have the 15-gallon fuel tank. You have two ports right here. This guy is going to be the feed. That's what gives your engine the gas. This guy is for a different setup, could potentially be for a drain, and a bunch of other things. You're just gonna leave this guy capped for a normal EFI system like this. Below the fuel cell, we'll put the 100-micron filter, and that guy is going to catch the big debris. So it goes fuel cell, and then under it, as this is gravity fed as well pumped, gonna go the micron filter, the 100. Then we'll have the electric fuel pump as close to that as possible. And then after the electric fuel pump, we'll have the 10-micron fuel filter, and this guy catches the super fine debris that could damage our engine if the big one doesn't get it out. 8 AN all the way down to a 6 AN fitting, which is what our fuel system is going to be ran on. And these guys just get tightened down like this. And now that hopefully you have a proper understanding of how a fuel system works, I'm gonna take this guy and put it back into the bed. And now that this guy's in the bed, then I'm gonna take the fuel filters and the fuel pump and mount them under the frame, which is gonna be a lot of drilling and a lot of painful alignment that you also don't wanna see. So we can just do this guy here. Are they still in the box? Oh, dude. We have the regulator, or the filter right here. This guy is simply just self-tapped into the back of the cab right here. Well, this is a little disheartening, but it's like 1:30 a.m. right now, and we're gonna have to call this quits. I went to go install my AN line, and I realized that the one thing we do not have is the female or male connectors of the AN line. So we have this guy right here, but we don't have the other end that can slip onto it for the hose. I also ended up relocating this guy on the frame just so it goes down under this, through the frame, into this guy, on the frame, into this guy, then through the frame, up into that hole, up into our fuel rail, just because I feel like that's a lot cleaner, everything being on the frame. So I was like, hey, Evil Energy, I need more connectors. So hopefully they arrive at some point tomorrow. Fingers crossed, and we can get this guy done. Kind of sucks, though, because this video needs to be posted in like 8 hours, and I doubt they're going to arrive overnight. So the next day, I was able to get some AN fittings, and as you can tell by the mess we have here, we have a fuel system. These right here are my little AN6 fuel lines, and the only tip I have to install this guy is by setting this guy up with an air impact. For the fuel system, the way we hook them up is just by mounting this guy to our fuel tank. It's going to curve down and go into our fuel filter. Then we can plumb it up from the fuel filter into our fuel pump area, and then we can plumb it from the fuel pump into our other fuel filter. A lot of small lines you have to make for this. Then from this fuel filter up and over into our cab mount, and then all the way up into our intake. I lied to you guys. By intake, I mean we're gonna go into our fuel regulator right here. This threads into so nice. Then we're gonna run another line out of here into our fuel rail, not the intake, and then the bottom guy right here is gonna get ran all the way through the truck and then down onto this return line right there. And then this guy right here, you can just leave open or put a filter on it, and that's just gonna be a vent atmosphere so your tank doesn't pressurize and then just go kaboom. Oh, I dropped the fuel line. If you remember in the last video, this C10 did not have a blue cab. Now the continuity of this video got a little messed up because I wanted to teach you how to install a fuel system, but with that guy fully buttoned up, let's go back in time and I'll run it back so that way you understand what happened as to why everything's taken apart. These are the things you don't see in TikTok, is I gotta get the frame off so we can do the cab swap. And I didn't want to take it off piece by piece. Everyone like this guy takes off each fender, inner fenders. I thought we could do it in one piece, and we could. Like, I was second guessing myself so much. And I've been at this for like 4 hours. So the fact that that came off perfectly, and it probably would have been more time efficient just to take every panel off, it didn't work. In an unexpected sequence, we're on the way to go sell the Duramax, which I think is a golden way to start out this video. As I really love this thing, and it sounds good. Does that sound good for being a Chevy? However, I really don't need it. I bought this thing impulsively on a whim just because I've wanted a Duramax for a while. They're cool. I definitely want to do another Duramax build, but this one's not really for me. And right now I have 3 trucks, and this guy's just an asset sitting there, and it has a horrible power steering leak, but I don't want to spend weeks fixing it. So until then, we won't have another Duramax. I just listed it for sale like a day ago, and I've no joke gotten like 200 people hitting me up about it. And you know how marketplace is, so I really hope that they actually come and buy it, because I'd hate to be driving out there for nothing, because diesel's expensive. Kid flaked, I ended up not selling Duramax. Anyways, we need to take off the cab, and you already saw me take off the front clip. Now I'm learning that it's way easier to take stuff off of these old trucks than I really thought, and when it's looking over like the cab area, it turns out that this cab should only be held on with 4 bolts. And I understand that it's probably pretty common for trucks, but to me, not a truck guy, I really think that's absolutely insane that 4 big old bolts are holding your truck together. And they're not even that big because they're 17 millimeters. Or 5/8 because, you know, it's an American rig. Now, when we come into here, there's 2 big bolts here that I made sure to leave when I passed my floors, which I don't get to finish since we're ditching this cab. But we got 1 big bolt there, and there's none here. So I slid under here, and I found the 2 bolts in the back of here, and I cannot believe that they're just 17s. And I also found the 2 bolts from the front, which is really nice because I tried to take this guy off, and I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but it is so filled in with 60 years of gunk, grime, and garbage that there's no way to get something on that bolt head. Take 2 to go sell the Duramax since those first kids backed out on us. I'm on the way to go meet up with the guy. Fingers crossed that it goes well. I really want to sell this truck. So the kid had me go all the way out to a Planet Fitness, and my mistake, he goes, we're supposed to meet at Tacoma Mall, which is like an area near me, right? You can literally see the cop driving away. Anyways, I was supposed to meet the kid at the Tacoma Mall, which is like a local thing near me. It's really closer to my house. I'm not gonna tell you how close it is, but it's closer to my house. And then the kid goes, hey, I haven't left the gym yet. can you just bring it here? And I'm like, okay, send me the address, right? Because I'm motivated to sell it. So I send him the address and I pull up, and then the kid goes, hey dude, I don't think I'm interested anymore. What the f? So with that being said, we are on the way back to my shop. However, there's one small caveat. I looked up on my location to see if there's anyone local selling a set of wheels because I need them, and I'm out in the truck. And a guy told me that he'd be home in 15 minutes. So I'm 3 minutes away from his house. So we're just gonna go there, hang out on my phone for a couple minutes, and hopefully he actually shows up and I can at least turn a bad trip into a good trip. Alrighty guys, I just got to the guy's house. I'm not trying to dox the guy or anything. And he told me that he's now gonna be here in like 7 minutes. So we'll check back in 7 minutes. Okay, I feel really weird filming because I don't want the guy to look at me, but we got wheel here, wheel here, wheel here, wheel here, and now we are gonna get going out of here. I'd say it's a success. I talked the guy down to 300 bucks, and to me that's a W. I don't know why I'm so nervous filming YouTube videos in public. It's just, I feel like I look so corny using my phone. If I had an actual camera, I'd be good. So yeah, 300 bucks for the wheels, and I say that's a W because I needed wheels because I did a 5-lug swap. I didn't realize that I needed to go get 5-lug wheels, right? You take one lug nut away. Chevy went from 6 lugs to 5 lugs, and it went from 6 lugs to 5 lugs. And yeah, I didn't really realize that I needed to get wheels after I did that. So at least I was able to turn a bad... Another Chevy! God bless, brother! I love these Chevys! So at least I was able to turn a bad situation into a good situation, is what I was saying. And that right there, kids, is a lesson. That never let something bad go down on you. There is always a positive in everything, and everything happens for a reason. Alrighty, the truck is successfully moved into the garage, which is big for me because now it looks realistic. I'm not recording for TikTok, you smart ass.
Okay.
There's now a tray here.
Oh yeah.
Now it's a third YouTube video, so you don't know the tray lore, but if you're watching the YouTube shorts, you do know the tray lore. So I got this guy set up outside on the disc brakes. Wheels are here.
I don't know. Cheers.
I'm being too lazy to take out the seat right now because it's 11 o'clock. And I also don't want to take out any of the stuff in the bed. And I really don't want to make a shit ton of noise emptying out the bed. And I just need to get the cab off so we can make a video for tomorrow on TikTok. So the goal here is to get the cab off. And hopefully, while Travis here, he can throw a set of hands in here. Or just sit there and shit talk for the whole thing. And you can fold the seat forwards. And it's like filled with springs and rust. And it just looks like it's waiting to hurt you. So I really don't want to move this guy. So, oh yeah, Travis pretty sure people died. Travis' new opinion after seeing the truck for the first time, he's never seen the blue truck ever in person before. He thinks that people died. He says in the 80s, from this bed view right here, these locks and the big old grandpa spec bumper, apparently this is a serial killer's truck.
In the woods.
In the woods.
Or Sasquatch hunting truck.
It's a Ted Bundy truck.
I got good vibes from the truck, and the first thing the dude says, he walks in here, goes, yeah, bad things happened in this truck. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? What the hell are you on? Let's go take off the cab. An hour later, seat's removed. I know I said I wasn't going to remove the seat, but I ended up needing to. I'm not saying my girlfriend dropped my cab on the floor, but there's definitely a lack of communication between us. So get propped up, and if a Chevy is what kills me, I would like it to be on YouTube. Here you go. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going down. Watch, clear.
I put the tires.
What's up? I don't clear out the door anymore.
I was just checking, pushing away.
I'm a genius. Oh God, it bent the roof in. I got it. I am a genius, okay? Cleaning up this girl's mess since 2024. I'm not saying it's her fault. I could have communicated better, but I was like, we're gonna move it a little bit. And she goes, okay. So after dropping the truck, I feel like there was a better way to do this. So I went to Home Depot and I got some wood. We have another guy who wants to look at the truck tonight. So I guess this whole video is just a saga of trying to sell the Duramax. So yeah, I got more wood. And the concept is to bolt it up with the wood. And it probably doesn't make sense to you right now, so I'll just show you in a second. I'm pushing it here. And wow, I cannot believe that worked. So I put it on these wheel dollies. There goes my motorcycle helmet. Anyways, we're in the shop officially with the car, and this is where the wood's gonna come up. We're gonna put the wood across the cab like this. Well, actually out there, under the cab. We're gonna jack up the wood, suspend the cab in the air, then I'm gonna roll this guy under the cab, and then we're gonna lower the wood down, take the wood out, and then the cab will be up there. So one, we don't have to drop it. And two, I don't have to worry about anything else getting dropped or broken. And three, I don't have to worry about damaging my windshield. I wasted $300 on these wheels, so I understand earlier. In the video I just caught you and saved you that owes a follow. I said that we can turn a bad situation to a good situation. It's still a bad situation because it doesn't fit, but it would become a good situation when we get adapters and it looks cool. So here's my idea. I'm gonna slip a jack here, jack it up a little bit. So I realized my YouTube is just turning into a saga of one, me trying to sell my Duramax, and two, me making my girlfriend actually do work. So we're gonna be jacking up each side. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I go, that's good, and she goes, da, 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 da. With the cab completely suspended on all four of my jacks, I all of a sudden realized I have no jack to jack up this guy and put the wheels on it. Or I guess the dollies, because the wheels don't fit. So we have to come over to the air compressor and turn the air compressor on. Now we have her open up the green valve. Open it all the way, just let her jump. Yeah! My truck's on airbags now, baby! So I realized after all of the drama in this video, I didn't freaking film it. So 2 updates. Cab is on, and Duramax is sold. Now, cab swap's done. Okay, you know how exciting that is? The 2 back bolts line up perfectly. Straight swap, okay? That's awesome. Doors open and close. Cab is mounted. Whole truck starts rocking, which is amazing, brother. But the issue is the front cab mounts just do not line up at all. Now, when you come over to here, the back cab mounts are in the exact same location, and that's freaking tits. They're actually about a ½ inch backwards, but that just means that the bed gap is a little smaller, and I'm okay with that. But the front cab mounts are totally different. These come way out to here. On that 65 frame, they come out to here and up at an angle. So we're really far away. That means the only logical thing that I can actually do is make my own cab mounts. I could cut those off of that truck and put them on this frame, cut those cab mounts off, weld them all up, and use the factory ones. However, when we go to do that, oh my God, dude.
It opens.
Jesus, buddy. Anyways, what I'm thinking here is my factory cab mount here, rusty, here. Rusty. You see what I'm saying? It's no good. It's no good. I don't want to use that. Same with that side. It's all fiberglass. Dude, this thing looks so gnarly. Wow, a door that opens. My cab mounts are in perfect condition, so I welded around my cab mounts. Remember when I did my floor? But with those cab mounts being completely thrashed, I think the only logical thing is to just make my own cab mounts. So that's the idea, and I cannot believe we got the cab swap done, dude. It's kind of crazy. And I really want to take the engine and set it in, because I don't want to put the front clip on it, then set the engine in it, since our motor mounts came in, which I'm not even sure if I showed you guys, but my engine mounts came in. So since my engine mounts came in, I want to take these guys, mount them, put the engine in, because then I'm not trying to finesse an engine over the frame or over the fenders or over the bumper or through the hood. We'll just put the engine right in here. I have all the room in the world to wire it up, and then once the engine's in there, then we can drop everything on it. You know what I'm saying? Now we're working on the engine over here. This video is just kind of a combobulation of a bunch of different clips, but I told you I'd post once a week on YouTube, so we're getting it done, okay? The engine mounts don't work. These are C10 square body mounts, and I forgot that there's 2 different types of C10s. Square bodies because dumb people, and then real C10s like this guy right here. So the engine mounts do not fit whatsoever. So we got a piece of cardboard here, and here's my idea. Cut this bracket off, drop this bracket down to here, cut this out of steel, and slide it on right into there. That looks like that would be money on my first attempt of the engine mount, which actually worked pretty well, so we just have to recreate that. A beautiful unit. It is a full touchscreen unit, so all of that is touchscreen, no buttons. Beautiful airlocks here. Truly just a gorgeous unit. I kept trying to use it and it's not working. It can't run. And that's simply because the whole garage is wired up off of one 20 amp breaker in the house. So there's one 20 amp breaker all the way about 250 feet away in the house, and then a single three single wires are running all the way through my backyard, no insulation, no conduit, no nothing, into the garage breaker, and I can actually show you that wire. That itty bitty wire right there. If you see it, that wire comes up, runs around into here, and it runs there into there. That's it. Then we have two 15 amps, and that's what runs this entire garage. Sometimes when I weld, it blows a breaker, but it never blows the breaker out in the garage. It always blows the one in the house, and it's because it's wired up really bad, and 20 amps is not enough to run an entire shop. I can't run a welder off of 20 amps, which is a big bummer, so we can't use it. So I have a plasma cutter, I have all the right tools to be doing what I'm doing, and I can't use it. So it's back to step one of just using an angle grinder and cutting everything out. It's a little disheartening. But if stuff like this was easy, everyone would do it. So this is the idea of the engine mount right there. It's a little cross-side. That one's a little messed up. So I might throw a brace on that one or redo the back of it. So yeah, let's redo this guy and then double it on the other side. I know I was just complaining about having kind of a shitty shop and not being able to use the right tools like my fancy new sponsored welder, but perspective is everything, and I'm super grateful to have the drill press and even a welder, as when I started out on the content journey, I wouldn't have had any of these tools. Once again, we got another banger posted every single week, as that's what I'm doing over here on YouTube. One video every single week, every 7 days. You guys can count on that, so that way, one, we grow on YouTube, and two, you guys get the longer, better, unedited, and uncut content that is the real life projects of what I'm doing. We sold the Duramax, we got the system set up in here, fuel system set up, and the engine sitting in the truck, and we did a cab swap. I call that a successful video, and I cannot say thank you enough for watching this, as every single time you watch a YouTube video, it greatly helps me grow in this platform, as I love TikTok, but I really want to be doing YouTube full time, and I'm really glad that I'm getting the time and the chance to finally commit 100% to YouTube. In the next video, I'm hoping to have this guy running or driving. Click the rest of the buttons down below, leave a like, comment, and let me know what you want to see in the next video, as I'll try to make that happen, as I really want to have this next video of this thing running being a banger.